Hi there. I asked my community what was ruining their life this week, and they said, well, it was close. Almost a tie between proving trig identities and logarithms, but logarithms actually won this poll. So what are logarithms? Well, they were invented to solve exponential equations. A couple years ago, I made a video about it. I'll put a link in the description. The biggest takeaway about logarithms once people get into them is that they look intimidating, but they're actually pretty easy to tame, and they do like to snuggle. It's a big topic though, so I thought about what could be the pain points. We're going to cover 4 things in this video. Converting from log form to exponential form, using properties to expand and condense log expressions, changing the base, which is something you have to know how to do because calculators will use base 10 when you're using logs. And we're going to solve equations with logs. Converting. These two expressions are the same thing. 2 to the third power equals 8. Well, when you convert that or translate that into log language, it's log base 2. 8 equals 3. 4 to the 0 power equals 1. And log base 4 of 1 equals 0. These are equivalent. 3 to the 4th power equals 81, and log to the base 3 of 81 equals 4. Now, I know you can look for patterns here. You didn't have to try to find them on your own. I'll point them out for you right now. When you're in exponential form, the exponent is the answer of a log problem. See, log is an operator like square root or adding or multiplying or dividing. It's an operator. It's just a new operator that you may have not worked with before. And what we're asking is, what power of 2 will give you the answer of 8? So the exponents are the answers. The exponents are the answers. Now, look at this. The base underneath that exponent is the base of the log. Base, base. Base, 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 base. And then that third number, the answer in the exponential form, is actually what you're operating on when you're doing the log. So answer, problem, answer, problem, answer, problem. I'm going to pull up a calculator here. So log base 10 of 100 equals 2. You notice there's no little 10 underneath here like this because calculators automatically are in base 10. They don't use the other bases. So we just do log of 100. And I get a 2 for an answer. So that means that 10 squared equals 100. Well, those are easy for numbers that you know. Logs were invented for the things that we don't know, like we can't figure out so easily, like log base 10 of 42. This is all programmed into your calculator. That's why I'm saying log is an operator, like square root. The log of 42 equals 1.62325. That same number is what the exponent should be. If I take 10 to that power, I'm going to get a 42. So let's check it. 10 raised to the 1.62325. And I hit equals. And that's about as close to 42 as we're going to get using a calculator. So that's why logs exist, because there are problems that don't just work with perfect squares like 100. Logs have properties. These are very similar to exponent properties, but I'm not going to compare and contrast them for you right now because that'll just blow up your brain. Log of m times n. So if you're taking the log of a product, what you do is you take the log of each one and add their answers together. Log of 2 things that are being divided is the same thing as subtracting the log of each one. And the log of something raised to a power, you take the power and you put it in the front and multiply it times the log of the m. This is my favorite one. Love it, love it, love it. All right, then once you know all that stuff, your homework is going to look something like this. You're going to be asked to expand and condense these logarithmic expressions. I see I've got a division here, so I know I'm using that one. But I also have the power. When you have one of these with an exponent on it, with a log, you can pull that sucker down. We have 4 times log base 6 of u divided by v to the 4th. That simplifies things a little bit. That 4 moved to the front. Now we have to deal with this division by changing it into a subtraction of each thing. And we're going to get 4 log base 6 of u minus 4 log base 6 of v to the 4th. And don't miss it. Look at that, guys. You have another exponent, so you can pull the power play again. But this 4 is going to get multiplied times this 4. So your answer is going to be this. 4 log base 6u minus 16 log base 6v. This is what I meant. They look intimidating, but they're pretty snuggly. They're not hard. All right, expand this thing. Well, there's a bunch of stuff being multiplied together, right? So for sure, we're going to use this property. There's a power in here too, so I'm probably going to need that power property, but I'm just going to jump in. So I've got log base 3 of x plus log base 3 of y plus log base 3 of z squared. There it is, right here. I got to pull that power down. And we end up with this. And this is a final answer. On that last one, we were expanding, and now this one is already expanded, and we need to condense it. So I've got log base 9, log base 9. It's important that these are the same base. If they're not, you can't do anything. So what do I have here? I've got numbers in front, which means powers were pulled down. And I have an addition, which means it was multiplication before it got expanded here. And we're trying to put it all back together. So I know I need these two. Okay, so what have I got? Let's put the numbers in the front back up where they were. If they're in the front of a log, they used to be an exponent. They're both base 9, and we're adding them. So it's log base 9, a squared times b cubed. And that is the answer. This is the expanded version. This is the condensed version. Let's see. We've got minus, so I know we're going to be doing division. And I've got numbers in front, so I know we're going to end up having to use that power rule again. So let's put the exponents back. Move them from the front and put them back up on top. Move them from the front, back up on top. Now, since it's subtraction, we knew this was division to start with. And there we go. We are all condensed. All right, let's talk about change base. First of all, base 10, we call this the standard base. So you'll notice that I'm not going to write the little 10. It didn't show up on the calculator, the little 10 at the bottom here. If you just write log base 8, I know that this is base 10. That's one of the rules we have for being math people are kind of lazy. I'm not going to pull my calculator up, but I did it. All right, let's solve some equations. The reason we have logarithms is because when you have an equation where you have to solve for an exponent and the numbers, they're not perfect squares and you can't rewrite them so that the bases are the same or anything, you can't do anything else. People used to sit and just do guess and check with stuff like this for hours and days. And so the logarithms were invented. Now, before calculators, all these logs were in tables, like the trig values, and we used to go look them up. If I just put a log in front of each one of these, I'm taking the logarithm of both sides. That should feel familiar. Whenever we solve equations, we do the same thing on both sides. But because of that power rule, which is like my favorite, this p can come down in the front. Log of 19 is actually a number. We don't know what it is yet. And that's being multiplied by the variable we're trying to solve. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to divide both sides by log 19. You go to the calculator, you do these calculations, pause if you want to do it. Here's the answer. We always use approximate instead of equals because we're rounding these things off, 0.8963. So if you wanted to check it, take 19 to the 0.8963 power. The answer should be 14 or very, very close to 14. Let's do it again. As in all things with algebra, you want to isolate your variable. Here's the variable you're trying to solve for. We need to subtract 9 from both sides first. So we're going to have 2 raised to the power 5 minus 10x equals 27. Now, to get this thing out of there, we're going to have to use logs. So if I do log of both sides, I didn't do anything. I just wrote the log in front of each one of these numbers. But now we get to use that power property and pull that exponent out and put it in the front. We need to divide both sides by log 2 to get that out of there. And we will have 5 minus 10x equals this. Now, I know some people are going to want to figure out what this number is. Right now, I don't. I usually do all my calculator work at one time at the end, so I'm just going to carry this, writing it like this. Subtract 5 from both sides. And then we're going to divide both sides by negative 10. Isn't that a beautiful thing? Now I would grab my calculator. No way anybody's doing that in their head. This one, oh, these are so fun. If you see something where the logs are matching and they're telling you that these two sides are equal, the only way that could happen is if k plus 2 equals 2k minus 2. And now it's an Algebra 1 problem. Do you see the magic of that? It's so beautiful. You can overwork stuff like this, for sure, but there's no need to. Probably get it wrong if you do. So we just do the algebra here and we get k equals 4. And put a box around it, and we are done. You probably didn't think this was going to be that easy, did you? Do you see what I mean by they're easy to tame and they like to snuggle? All right, let's look at this one. Oh, that looks so intimidating. Well, I am going to do a little bit of properties on it. They're all base 7. You always have to have the same base. These two are added together. So that means this started out as something that was multiplied. And if I use distributive property here and multiply that 5 through, there we go. I've got log base 7 of negative 10x minus 5 equals log base 7 of 36. Once you've got it a little bit simplified and you have the same base on the log, you can just take the things and set them equal to each other and solve. And we end up with negative 10x equals 41. Divide both sides by negative 10, and we get negative 41 over 10. If you do need a little bit more on how to solve exponential equations, check out this video.